So guys, it's been a while, video-wise, okay? For Twitch, it's like every other day, basically. And now we're doing Season 17 tier list. Because everyone knows that Season 16 tier list was so very uncontroversial and so very loved by every person who watched it. Yes, it was loved. But yes, we're coming back. Even though I think I've played even less Overwatch this season than I did last season, which makes it even better and even more accurate and even more enjoyable for you to watch. Okay, first hero first, Doom first. Like I wish I could say that I've actually read the patch notes and that I know how good Doomfist is, but why do I feel? I feel like Doomfist is kind of beta. I feel like okay, hold up. Before we continue, I'm gonna delete F tier. Oh wait, what? What was okay? I'm thinking about deleting F tier, but like, I'm sure I can put a hero in F tier. Okay, Doomfist goes B tier because he gets banned a lot, so you can't really push with him reliably, and I don't know, bro. The chances of you finding an Orisa almost every game if you're playing Doom, it's pretty high. And it does get pretty boring over time. Diva. Okay, for that reason it goes down to C tier. Yeah, Doom's really been knocked off. He fell off a boat. Sorry. And then we've got Diva. Diva goes B tier. She's kind of pretty standard tank-wise. Perks are nothing special this season. She's nice to play, but like, yeah, I think she's not the best in the diving category. As that goes to a certain fella. And the two heroes I actually prefer over Diva for just about every single scenario case in game imaginable. Yeah, and a bit of the reason why Doomfist, sorry, back to Doomfist. A bit of the reason why he's in the shadows is because Hazard. Hazard's so much better and he's so much easier to play, and Hazard just kind of knocks Doom down even more because some of that niche that Doom had, Hazard's been biting up into it. He's been eating it, and he's also been eating some of Diva's niche. And I think I'm gonna put him in A tier. You know, no, B tier is fine. B tier is fine. Winton. Winton. Hold up, let's rename this tier to Winton real quick. There we go. Yes, this will be thumbnail. Of course it will. Absolutely. This must be thumbnail. Ah, yes. Winton. And then Junker Queen. Where Junker Queen? I don't know. What would I rather have? She kind of goes after Diva and like where Melga. Melga's not that good this season. He's worse than Doomfist, I feel. But yeah, he's mid. I mean, like saying that he's not mid. He's kind of subpar. You know, I mean, Melga can be nice if you're playing against certain heroes and certain setups, but even then it becomes challenging, or it can be challenging. Orisa. The horse is no nerf the horse. God damn it, she's just too annoying. I see her too much. You know, like I try to go to sleep, and Orisa's there. She shouldn't be there. She's in my mind, okay? Everywhere you go, she's there, you know. Every time you try to do something, she's there, you know. And also, it doesn't help that the perk gives her an extra 100 health with Fortify, which makes her naturally tanky, goes to super tanky. And that's the first perk, which, yeah. And then Ramatra. I mean, Ramatra and Orisa go hand in hand, you know. They're right up next to each other, you know. They're like annoying 1 and annoying 2. It's like the annoying twins. The annoying cyborgs who are just twins and just go wah, 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 and they're just annoying. And both of them happen to shut out Reinhardt really well. Now I'll put Reinhardt in C tier. He's fun to play, but like, yeah, you get torn to shreds by almost everyone else here so far, and they almost all beat you. I mean, Junker Queen's kind of a fair game. kind of. Doomfist, I mean, he just kind of flies all over you. You see him and then you don't see him. And then Roadhog. Isn't Roadhog getting like a rework buff? So like, I think that means he's kind of garbage. So like, because if it's a rework buff, that's yeah. I mean, Roadhog's definitely is playable, but I don't know, man. With Ana, Zen, I mean, there's so much that can counter you as if you play Roadhog. Um, you know, Malga sometimes, Junker Queen. It just ain't the best. And then Sigma. I mean, the universe sings to me, especially at 3 a.m. when I haven't slept for like. We're not going into that detail. But yeah, Sigma. I mean, I'd rather have a Sigma than a Junker Queen. And I think I'd rather have a Sigma than all of those heroes. But I think Diva's just better than Sigma. I think. Hammond. I mean, if they're a goated Hammond, they're like up here. But if they're like your average Hammond, then they're like here-ish. But if they're a bad Hammond, then they're down here. To be fair, Bull does get a fair share of bans, and so does Zarya. So, for those reasons, this is going to be the tier list rankings coming to a close. And in case you're wondering, oh no, not the worst. Okay, Ace, come on. Ace, you didn't have to do me that dirty, okay? So I'm pretty sure I started off this. Oh, by the way, this will be made into a video, Ace. Can people even see chat? Or is chat like... Chat's been... Oh, no, they can. There we go. We'll make it more visible there. Was this coming? Yeah, this is into the vid, Ace. Yeah, you've just, you know, eaten up video real estate, you know? But it's okay, Ace. I'll allow it. I could edit it out, but, like, I'm lazy, so I won't, you know? Just is what it is. And Ace, if you have any problems with the tier list... yeah. If you have any problems with the tier list, I don't care. So, okay, I thought this was organized, before we continue. I thought, huh? Those all supports at the bottom and then, okay, but never mind. We'll keep on going. I'll endure. Ashe. I feel like Ashe just kind of gets outclassed by Freya, and therefore she's kind of forced into beta. You know, like, just Freya's too annoying, too powerful. Well, I mean, granted, there obviously is, like, you need to learn her, how she works. That's not easy, but... Yeah, I don't care if Freya's getting more bans, Ace. She's still... For what she does, and for her power level, she's too strong. Well, it's the ability to two-shot, and it's such a rapid succession that it's very strong, and she kind of keeps Ashe down because of it, because Ashe is like worse, you know, less mobility, ultimate. I mean, you're not really picking Ashe for the ultimate anyway. Like, but Bob's a nice ult. Believe me, it's a nice ult, but like, you know, ult is like once every 2 or 3 team fights. Maybe 2. Depends how good you are at Ashe, but yeah. Bastion, I think D tier might be fair. Like, he can do high damage, but I mean, javelin span, you know, like, it just gets eaten. It just gets eaten, or like, I mean, when he doesn't have it, he's just so tanky. Now, I mean, if Freya getting banned, Ashe would get a bonus point. There's a higher chance to be able to play her. Yeah, cheers, Ace, you know, just really my own echo chamber right there. I'm kidding. Ace is not an echo chamber, guys. Ace is a goat. Ace is the goat, guys, trust. And then McCree. To be fair, McCree is more... He's... Ace was not happy about that one. McCree is... He's better than Ashe. But he's closer ranged, and there are some maps where Freya won't Freya can't shut him out on some maps, just because of how close he is. And his ult's pretty good at like zoning, and it still is. It probably always will be. I don't think High Noon's getting a change anytime soon. Echo. The Echo Chamber. Sita. No. Yo, Sita maybe though. Nah, B. Above or below Ash? That's the real question. It's below. It's got to be below Ash. Um, I don't know. I feel like in comparison, what should? Yeah, I know Overwatch got an update, but like I'm kind of doing the tier list while I'm trying to load in. And like, if you could hear the Overwatch background music, that's why. Okay. I'm confused by what is. Huh? Huh? I'm so confused. Like he's referencing something I said earlier, but I forgot. This is peak. And then yeah, I kind of forgot why what the reasoning was for it being B. Um, but that's all that matters. It's just beta. Genji. Above Ash, that's for sure. But there's bad Genjis though. Nah, but still. Even above McCree. To be fair, this might be the penguin skewing the justice scales there on Genji basis, but I don't know. I feel like he's got a very nice I mean, to be fair, Blade is underwhelming sometimes, and he could really do with I don't know. I feel like Blade could just be reworked, maybe decrease its duration and increase damage or something. Because right now it's like I saw a clip on YouTube Shorts, like every reliable person does, and cheers, Ace. I appreciate it. I'll allow the message. I don't know why that got banned though. Why they didn't allow it to happen. Hmm. Yeah, but like you do that question mark, but then you say that Ace, and then that message I don't need to like allow. I don't know. Maybe it's Twitch's own system saying sounds like a girl. They're like, ooh, that's offensive. Could be. Yeah, Twitch clearly hates women. Not me though. We're not gonna go further down that path. That's a bit dangerous. Um, yeah. Sorry, Genji. Yes. Where was we? Genji was good. He's very nice. Like Genji. You know, Ace, you don't need to keep on going down that rabbit hole, okay? This will be made into a YouTube video after all. And I want it to not be the last YouTube video Bagega never makes, okay? Yeah, I know you are, but YouTube doesn't care, okay? Hanzo, where does Hanzo go? I think Sita. I don't know, I feel like his perks are pretty underwhelming. And like, yes, he's got one-shot potential. Counterpoint. Yeah. He's not the best. I mean, he needs a longer fight, and I suppose with a Life Weaver Matter he does pretty well. But like that's relying on a Life Weaver Matter. Of course, Celtic comes in and hits me with a Hydrate when I'm just not prepared. But I suppose it's fair. I do kind of need it though. And then Junkrat. I find Junkrat annoying, but like that might just be misplaced hatred. That really deserves to go to Squirrel Girl. I've had enough, bro. Honestly, the aiming at like across the map and randomly shooting and then killing me, and no, it's no skill. I hate it. I dislike it. It needs to go. It's bad. It's bad for the game, and I also think less of the people who play them. And then May. I always find myself giving May relatively high rankings in this because of her kit. It's just the wall, And if you're playing a brawl character down here, the wall kind of cooks you. You know, wall kind of cooks you. It's yeah, like it's less of her damage and her ability to kill. It's just her kit, and it just yeah. Especially when there's not like flying and hyper mobility, Winton, you know, and dive. When that's less you know, with these guys being prevalent, he may just become more powerful. It's just like meta factors. Farah. Farah or Echo though. I prefer Farah more than Echo. Sorry, Echo's just tanking them to see because I don't want B to get too long. I know it will, but like we're holding off. You know, we're holding off. Now, last time I did this tier list, I gave Reaper. I think I gave him C or D tier, and comments were not happy. So I could be lame and try to glaze Reaper, or I could just be funny and based and put him in F. Put him in F because you know it's just funny. F stands for funny, guys. Clearly, no. um. Realistically, though, I'd probably put Reaper like you know here, but F is funny, okay. So Reaper really goes where Ash is, like above Ash, but shh, you know. That's why you need to watch the whole tier list, because otherwise they'll just be watching like the very end and they'll start raging, you know. It'll be funny though. It'll be funny to read the comments as they go, "Yeah, you did that so dirty," and I'm like, yeah, "Did you watch the vid?" No. And they'll say, "Yeah, I watched the vid." And I was like, "Okay, so where do I really put Reaper then?" And I'll have no clue. Widowmaker. Sorry, I get distracted a lot. Widowmaker, she goes here. No. Here. Yeah, she's nasty. She hits the heavy headshots, and no, she's too map reliant. And I find her so nasty on like when you know, headshots. She can be oppressive, but Winton can also completely shut her down. You know, and I just dislike how one shots. Generally, I dislike one shots. You know, irregardless whether they're really powerful or whatever, I dislike them. Sojourn, I love Sojourn. And Aether, I think Sojourn's a really good hero. I really like it, very fun. You know, Genji's moving up to 8 tier too, okay? We're doing giggles, okay? He's moving up. He's moving up in life now, because I said so. Soldier 76. I mean, like, can I just literally say middle, you know? Like, just shove him flat in B tier and just say absolute middle of the road. Like, I think that's fair. He's not the best, but he's not terrible. Now, what's her name? Sombra. I mean, I think the bands talk for themselves, really. We're like a billion bands every 16 days. Every 16 seconds, like, every single band in game goes to Sombra. There's never a game when Sombra's free to play. And then, where does she go? I don't know, around here. Just for giggles at this point. Torb. Where would we put Torb? I don't know, like, he's kind of fallen off in meta, but, like... I like Torb. I rate Torb. I'm gonna show him there. No, we'll show him here. I like him. I mean, he could be a bit low skill in some areas sometimes, but he's good fun. And Tracer's also A tier again. I don't think... I think it's gonna be pretty hard for Tracer to fall out of A tier. Venture... C tier, but like top of C tier, because she can be a nuisance to the backline, and that can make her pretty powerful. Moira, D tier. Mercy, D tier again. I'm not explaining that, okay? You just need to look at the heroes, look at the gameplay loop, and then you're instantly going to be like, this is extremely boring. I don't want to do this. Unless you're a Mercy main or a Moira main. But even still, they're extremely boring and you don't want to do it. So, D tier. And then A tier supports this season. Sorry. It's just because it's a Lifeweaver mat, he's got to go top of C tier. Lifeweaver BAP currently, and then Anna's like here, with Brig also being A tier because W Brig. Kiri's there too. Juno was like there. I think Anna's probably the worst one out of them so far. Yeah, especially in a dive kind of, or this kind of stuff. You'd much rather have a more mobile, agile backline. And then Kuz, he is there. And then Yari kind of goes here, with Zen going there. And I know that's pretty rushed on the explanation parts. There's basically no explanation for every one of them, other than just meta. But if I'm gonna be honest, most people don't even watch the explanations. They don't even care about them. So, oopsies. Um, no. But yeah, Ilyari. Okay, Ilyari is better than Zen. She's kind of just better than him. Because they basically both do the same thing, but Liari's got more healing, and I think she's more agile, so she's, more easy to survive on her own. Anna's worse than Kiri. To be fair, she's got tons of utility, but in the current, in this kind of meta, that's just less valuable. I'm afraid her utility it's slightly worse. And then Lucio just pairs well with BAP. And BAP, Lifeweaver's kind of meta. Well, it was once upon a time. Quite frankly, I haven't watched OWCS since. So we're just going to keep it there. And then Briggs Brig. Point made. I think the lowest I could ever give Brig would maybe be Beta. But so that's the lowest I've ever given her. But anyhow, this is the tier list. Like it or dislike it, I don't care. That is my season 17 tier list. And if you wait for a month and a half, maybe even 2 months, maybe, just maybe, there'll be a season 18 tier list. And yeah, there's the video. Like, subscribe. How else do I need to plug? Oh yeah, join Discord. And most importantly, to get all your opinions validated, because you want to, check out my Twitch down below. Peace.